So ParkSPACE is a partnership between Parks Canada, the Canadian Space Agency, and the Canadian Centre for Remote Sensing. And through this project, we're developing a bunch of monitoring protocols using remote sensing. One of the challenges is to link the information we get from satellites to what we know is happening on the ground. And then through that link, we can see how the entire park is changing. So we in Parks Canada, our interest is in protecting national parks. So there are some remote sensing applications for that. So where we go to find out what kind of remote sensing or satellite information is available and the potential ways that stuff can be used to help us, where we go to get that information is CCRS. CCRS stands for the Canadian Centre for Remote Sensing, and their job is to apply satellite information to a variety of needs that Canadians have. And what it really allows us to do is sample really large areas that we would never be able to get to on the ground. So with the satellite data, we can track how the entire park is changing over time. That's something we just can't do with ground sampling. We just can't get to every single spot in this park every year. So by going to CCRS, we can get information on all the satellites that are orbiting the Earth, whether they're Canadian-made or not. So for what we're doing here in ParkSPACE, the application we have in mind is to monitor different things about park ecosystems, whether it's vegetation change, glaciers, sea ice, lake ice, permafrost, vegetation productivity, habitat change. And we try to make a link towards the information we collect on the ground to what we're seeing from space from these satellite images. And we try to develop monitoring tools using those satellites. So in ParkSPACE, we have about 10 or 11 different kinds of monitoring protocols that we're trying to develop that all use different kinds of satellite imagery. But for all of it, CCRS is our main partner. They're our go-to guys when it comes to satellite data. And without satellite data, we really have an information gap in areas beyond which we sample. And satellite data helps us fill that gap.